Hello, everybody.
Hi, how are you doing? What are you up to? Are you locked down, stuck indoors? Or are you out enjoying your socially distanced summer? Me, I'm in my flat in southeast London, making this film for you in the hope that it'll inspire you to experiment with poetry, sound and moving image, to make a film poem. My name's Ella Frears. I'm a poet and visual artist. I'm currently under a duvet recording this in the hope that it'll make the sound better. This palm tree that you're seeing happens to be outside the house I grew up in Cornwall. The footage was filmed by my mum, as is a lot of the imagery I'll be using for this. We may work together sometimes. The rest is found footage I've taken from free internet archives or stuff I've shot on my phone. All this is to say that you don't need experience or fancy cameras to make your film poem. Use whatever you've got. Find things, borrow things, stage new things. Just always make sure you ask for permission. Anyone can make a film poem. All you need is an idea and a phone.
It is not a difficult assignment.
Here's a little context for the project. Southampton City Council sees the anniversary of the Mayflower 400 as an opportunity to work with communities to creatively explore self-identity, migration, and to celebrate the people of the world. They've suggested some themes you might want to explore. These are identity of Southampton and the self, relationships with the sea, journeys and migrations, a celebration of the people of the world, and Southampton as a gateway to the world. Keep these in mind when planning your film poem.
The Mayflower sails alone.
The film poem is a strange genre, hard to pin down. You might have heard people describing films or video art as being poetic. You might have even heard poems being described as filmic or cinematic. What we're dealing with here isn't quite video art and isn't quite a poem. It's part performance, part text, part visual art. It's exciting because you can draw on the best parts of each medium. It's difficult because you have to balance each element, but it's fun and can work beautifully. Director Abel Gance said of Ian Hugo's 1952 Bells of Atlantis, the marriage of image and text and sound is so magical that it is impossible to dissociate them in order to explain the favourable reactions of one's unconscious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't get it.
In your resource pack, you'll find that film poem and other examples of film poems that I love. When you have a spare minute or two, have a look. The best way to learn about form is by looking at existing works and trying things out yourself. There are so many different ways to present a poem using film. Think about what engages you, what you like to watch, and go from there. This is supposed to be a sort of how-to guide, but it's difficult to make rules. The great thing about art and poetry is that anything can work in the right hands. I could say, don't use cliches. Don't write about love and use images of hearts and roses, for example, but it has, I'm sure, been done interestingly, and will again. All I can do here is talk a little about what I do, and help you think through the choices that you'll be making when you come to create your film poem. Okay, so first you need to choose a poem. You might not have written it yet, and that's fine. Sometimes the words come first, sometimes the images do. This is an extract from a film poem from a project about motorway service stations I did last year, in which I visited 16 between London and Cornwall. The footage is from that road trip. Travel Lodge. You've said goodnight to your colleagues, checked under the bed, opened the cupboards, pulled back the shower curtain, tugged the duvet until it's all untucked. With the light off, the fan in the bathroom has finally stopped whirring and the corridor is quiet. You scan once more, then reach out, turning off the final lamp. It's a hot night, but there's no way you're letting your feet out from under the cover. Not while the room is laughing at you. This was one of 10 poems I wrote for the project, and the least explicitly about motorway service stations. It's short, atmospheric, and uses plain, simple language. The images don't illustrate the text, but they are related and are almost still, so that the viewer is not distracted by too much movement. When looking through your poem, think about whether the content is clear enough. If it's not clear on purpose, if it's experimental, then that's fine. You just need to be sure of why. Will it hold the viewer's attention? Is it repetitive? Some repetition is good, a refrain, for example, that loops through the work like a chorus. But often we can accidentally repeat ourselves in a poem which can lose the reader or listener. You want it to feel fresh, nuanced, surprising. Was your poem written for the page or for performance, or both? If the line breaks in your poem are important, how will you communicate them? Will you pause slightly in the reading of it? Will the text itself be in the film? If there's audio, will it be your voice or someone else's? Next, I'm going to show you an extract from a film poem I made with my mum back in 2016. In this one, the images came first. She shot them, then I wrote in response to those images, and then we cut them together.
One. Study in hindsight. Objects exist as long as she wants them to. Red, blue, red. A potted plant will imitate a sculpture of a woman, knowing marble holds light longer than it ever could. No need to edit the landscape after dark. There will be windows and lightning. In hindsight, her breath can be amplified, though with hindsight, her breath is one of a number. The girl must have said, "Open your arms like Jesus at the seaside." Here she sees patches of things as whole, one eye a priest, the other a painter. There are only 3 types of water: falling, holding, light.
The effect is different. The poem and imagery are more obviously linked, sometimes in sync. It's an interesting way to work and something to think about. If you have some compelling imagery that you think would make a good context for a poem, why not write a specific piece? When doing this, try not to just describe the footage. Think around it, outside of it. Really look.
What do you see? Well, I see just air.
You see air. What does it look like?
Well, it's well, it's blue.
Once you've written your poem, give it the brutal edit. Are there any words you don't need? Is the rhythm okay? Are the sounds interesting? If there's rhyme, think about whether the rhymes are working or whether some of them are a bit distracting. You will know if you've struggled with a line and eventually chosen a word that's not quite right but fits your rhyme scheme. Don't settle for that. Keep working, thinking, revising, and the right word will come to you. Maybe workshop the poem with another poet or friend. Once you're sure it's ready, you can start putting the words and images together. That's where it gets really interesting. We'll look at this in the next film.